All right, everyone. Here we are with ticker symbol HYLN, Hyliion Holdings Corp. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back. And let's jump into this chart. So Hyliion has had some tremendous growth here. I mean, it has come to a recovery from these lows down here of 1810, bringing itself up. And so far, the bulls have been dominating this chart for the last couple of weeks, basically a week and a half, since almost the beginning of November till now. Now, there's some key factors here that I want every investor to pay close attention to. And yes, with the volatility of the market, the bulls and the bears appear, but the bears have appeared 3 times in the last couple of days. And this is literally since the beginning of the month. So, the beginning of the week. Since the beginning of the month, they've been appearing, but in these last 3 moments, it's been since the beginning of this week. Now, the bulls brought themselves back up. But as you can see, the bears are trying every time harder and harder to bring this down to newer lows. That's their goal. And then the bulls come back and the bulls come back. Now, could the bulls come back, or is this going to go down? That's what we're seeing here, and it's going to be important to keep these numbers in mind. I want to remove all these lines. I don't want you guys to be confused, and I'm going to break it down so that you guys know these points of reference and know the most important points for the coming days. So the lowest point here in these last couple of days is 2170. I'd write that down. That is the most important support level. If it gets broken through, this will start to see newer lows. Now, our support levels and resistance has slightly changed, and we're going to look at it closely in just a bit. But apart from this support level, the highest point reached, which was reached today, was 2485. 2485 is important, but I also see something significant. It got rejected quickly after that, and it ended up in this bearish trajectory. So that right there of a resistance level is very significant, and there was a big rejection. So if that gets broken through, this will start to see newer highs and newer resistance levels. So that's the most important point for the bulls. But that was a quick rejection right after, and a very significant one. Now, our resistance slightly changed just a tad bit based off of the last couple hours of the day. And our support is actually right next to it. And it's the lowest point in this bearish run. Not in this bullish candlestick, because this bullish candlestick hit a lower low, but the one in the bearish run. So we're going to look at this based off of the last hour of the day. I mean, the rest of the day was just so volatile in an upward and downward direction that honestly, this last hour of the day tells us more than the crazy volatile movement that this had today. Now keep in mind those numbers, 2170 and way up here at 2484, 85, give or take. So keep those numbers in mind. Now, what's our 50-day moving average? Our 50-day moving average is 23.25. We're currently at 23.29, so we're in bullish territory by 4 cents. So the tug of war is going to be interesting tomorrow, and very important to keep in mind where we're at, that we're a really narrow stretch away from going back into bearish territory, or the bulls can start to work their way up. Now, what do the bulls need to do to maintain the momentum and stay in bullish territory? Well, they need to break through resistance. This resistance level is 23.79. If they break through 23.79, they're pulling further away from the 50-day moving average. They turn it into a support, and they can start to reach newer highs and newer resistance levels. So the bulls need to break through this resistance. They can't hang out sideways. They can't miss it by a little bit. They need to break through it, turn it into a support, so that they can go ahead and create that staircase effect. They started it off right here. They're going to create one here. And then their next one is obviously up here at this point. So when you go ahead and create that staircase effect, which these are pretty steep, you start to reach those newer highs and those newer levels of resistance. So super important for the bulls to continue that. And you can kind of see it here too when they build that support from down here, and they actually went from here and they went up, they actually went back down, and now they're bouncing back, and that'll be their goal. So keep those numbers in mind. Pay close attention to how this stock is reacting as it continues to play out. But the bulls need to break through this resistance of 23.79 to continue to work their way up and stay in bullish territory. Now, on the other hand, we have what the bears want. The bears want to break through 22.95, turn that into a resistance, and break through that support so they can pull further away from the 50-day moving average and start to hit newer lows, newer supports, and get deeper into bearish territory. They're very close on that one. It's a 4-cent difference. And if this was to fall into bearish territory, the bears are starting to gain control. And if they break through this support, 22.95, I want to emphasize, pay close attention to how this stock is reacting. How quickly is it moving to newer lows and pulling away from the 50-day moving average, or are the bulls even reappearing? I hope that with these cues, you guys are well equipped for tomorrow's trading day. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you feel encouraged or inclined to. Click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. In that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. On these dates, the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets, and by doing so, the S&P 500 index is rising up. Now, on the dates and the charts, they speak for themselves, but just to give you a little summary, what does that mean for us? Well, if the S&P 500 index is rising up several points, there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it. Anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. Sometimes even more. If you do your due diligence and research, you may find some better ticker symbols. But for the most part, I've seen them rise anywhere around those numbers. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform all investors and viewers on the great news that whether the market's going up or going down, for as long as the Federal Reserve continues to pump the markets, there's an opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. Check out the video. It's very helpful and informative. I look forward to seeing your guys' comments and thoughts on the video in the comments section of it. It should be popping up soon. Click on it. And thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.